This is the route information from a Tennessee oversized permit for a 90-foot load that I hauled from Missouri to Georgia. And as you can see, the route information is pretty shit. It's just a bunch of roads, no exit numbers, no lefts, no rights, none of that information at all. So I had an idea, because the hardest part of doing oversized loads is the trip planning. It can be very complicated with city curfews, daylight hours, and every state has different regulations regarding what you have to do to get the oversized through their state. So I just loaded it into Grok here, and I asked it to make me step-by-step directions based on the permit information. And as you will see, the directions that it provides me is much, much, much better than what the state of Tennessee provided me. It actually translated it from government into English. Now, in most states, you can only drive with an oversized permit from half hour after sunrise to half an hour before dark, but it's different in every state, so I just asked Grok if I could drive with the load at night. And it responded by telling me that I, in fact, could drive at night in Tennessee if I had a light on the very end of the load, and then I had to have a red light on each side of the back of the load and a red reflector on each side of the back of the road. And if I did that, I could drive at night. Also, in some states, you need an escort depending on how long your load is or how wide it is and which state you're in, things like that. So I asked it if I was going to need an escort to get through Tennessee, and it told me that the permit does not specify that, which tells me that I do not need to have an escort. Some states require you to pull into every open scale house, whether you get a green light or a red light on your pre-pass transponder. And so I asked it if I needed to pull into any scale house, and it basically told me that without a transponder, yes, I need to pull into any open scale house, which is the same when you're not doing an oversize. So basically, if I were to get a green light while having an oversize in the state of Tennessee, I could actually bypass the scale house. So since I had to pass through Missouri, Tennessee, and Georgia, I had to get permits for every state, and I had to abide by the code in every state. But with Grok, it took about 2 hours of planning and turned it into like 6 minutes of planning, and saved me a ton of time, a ton of stress. Oversize can be really stressful, not because the load is too big to handle or anything. I can drive absolutely anything. I don't care how wide or long it is. I can haul it. What's stressful is all the stupid government regulations, but Grok took out about 95% of my stress today. I was 100% compliant all day. I was not stressed. It was the easiest oversized load that I have ever hauled in my entire career, and it's completely because of Grok. On top of that, I was able as a company driver today to make $600 without any stress. It's wonderful. I love it. Grok is my new trucking buddy.